Welcome back to Luigi's Mansion 3. We're still getting Toad back to EGAD, and I wish he could jump because he doesn't have a backpack. And it's like, get out of the way!
The top of the toadstool really wobbles back and forth like it's almost like a hat.
Oh, can we not get into this discussion right now?
No, but I was I was gonna mention the whole thing myself, but quickly drop it afterwards. But it's for a second there, I thought it was gonna fall off.
Listen, the images of Toad taking off the mushroom part of his head and it being a hat are extremely cursed, and I hate them.
I mean, it was a hat in the Super Show.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the Super Show.
Is there anything that started from the Super Show that migrated into the official canon? I want to think of anything.
I'm sure there's one or two minor things that have.
I think Toad actually gets a fire flower a couple of times in the Super Show. I think his colors are the same as they are in 3D World.
Or close enough at the very least.
Yeah, but who knows? That's probably not an intentional reference. It probably was just a coincidence.
I want to say the way the kind of the general bad guys are similar to how they would later be compared to in the RPGs. Like the Koopa Wizards are kind of overly stuffy sort of things.
I feel like that's just following pretty general tropes, though, like the bookish.
Yeah, just because of how they look. But I mean, it would still count, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think that Nintendo really. I feel like, and this is really out of character for Nintendo, they were really hands off with a lot of those cartoon kind of stuff. Versus, I feel like Sega maybe not were more hands on, but they certainly were more willing to pull from that side of their franchise, because we have seen references, very slight references to Archie and SatAM stuff in games. I mean, granted,
I would say the biggest migration is Sonic's love for chili dogs.
Yeah,
because as far as I know, that is something that was strictly
American
canon. Yeah, before I think it was Sonic Unleashed, right? That officially said, yeah, no, Sonic actually does love chili dogs.
I remember Black Knight made a big it was a big deal among fans at the time because it was actually on screen, and I believe
it wasn't the first time any game technically mentioned it, but it was the first time he actually ate one.
Yeah, I think maybe it was just NPC text in Unleashed or something like that. So there is a difference between that and having it be on screen. But what I was kind of getting at was, Nintendo, very uncharacteristically to how we know them now, really didn't have much to do with anything from the Dick cartoons. Captain.
No, if you want to see something if you want to see the particularly wild shit, watch like the original Mario OVA from Japan.
Oh, that shit's
weird.
Not
watched that in its entirety.
I haven't watched it either. I've seen clips though, and it's freaking bizarre.
You meet Mario's dad, and his dad's giant, and Mario's in his palm, and it's you never see his face. It's just really weird.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre. We ate a mega mushroom, but he can never shit it out.
Yeah,
there's nothing strong enough to damage him.
Whereas I don't think Nintendo is so protective of especially the Mario and Zelda copyrights that it's hard to imagine anything like that nowadays. We haven't heard anything about it, but I'm really curious to see what that CG Mario movie is going to actually.
I am not holding my breath on that.
I'm not expecting that to be any more in depth than a standard Mickey Mouse film.
I'm not expecting it to be a work of high art or even a Pixar quality kids movie.
I'm expecting something DreamWorks.
Yeah.
If we get DreamWorks, I'll accept it, but it's yeah. I mean, on the other hand, just regarding how protective they are, they really need to lighten up a bit with Zelda, considering their Japanese fan base really doesn't care for it anyway. So.
Yeah, but
it's not as significant as its European and North American base.
Yeah, but at the same,
it's you could easily let some Western studio not as dark as say Netflix Castlevania, but you could let some Western studio make something somewhat similar.
Zelda has way more potential.
Yeah.
Well, Mario's kind of stuck being a cartoon, where Zelda has more room for maturity. I guess the problem is that the Zelda fan base is also so goddamn picky and also can't make up its mind. So I feel like no matter what happens, nobody's going to be happy.
The bigger problem is the Mario characters really don't have much personality.
They sometimes... Well, okay. The actual
They don't consistently have personality.
Like,
which makes it more flexible.
At the same time, it also means because Nintendo is so ridiculously protective, you're going to be very restrained on what you can do.
One thing I wish that ended up happening was Ian Flynn, and I forget, did he draw or just write?
Well, he's a writer, he's not an artist.
Okay, I forget what artist they got for it, but
it's probably Tracy Yardley.
There's these scans online of like a pitch for a Mario comic very
like
similar to the Sonic and Mega Man ones. And if I remember correctly, it was all the Mario Brothers don't talk, kind of like in the games. So there's this like pantomime. They like pantomime to each other about how they're going to like get past a Hammer Bro or something like that. And it was really charming and well done. And considering how much people like Mega Man and the Sonic comics done by that team, I would have liked to see how the Mario...
But if I remember correctly, Ian said that they got positive feedback, but it's just not what Nintendo's interested in doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I suppose makes some amount of sense. Oh, Ryan, don't. He's gonna die.
And nothing of value was lost.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, though, because it's not a particularly high profit margin kind of thing for them. So there's not really a lot for them to be gained, I guess. Although, again, it would have been cool.
It is just kind of weird how Nintendo really doesn't branch off into multimedia that much.
Well, they succeed when they do. Like, the Pikmin shorts, I still think are fantastic.
Those weren't really a big deal, though. I'm talking like actually making a show or branching out into something that's intended to be more than just a 2-minute video.
The Mario movie could very well be the precedent for that.
Potentially, that's probably them dipping their toes into it.
Well, they've dipped their toes a couple of times. Like, it's not just like the Pikmin shorts. The other thing I remember is the Star Fox cartoon that they made.
That was pretty bad.
People responded positively to that as well, if I remember correctly.
I mean,
but it's Mario that's getting the major film release, so that's the thing. And I don't think they're going to branch out any farther than that until Mario is out, and if it does well.
Yeah, it's also one of those things where a lot of people respond positively to them because it's like we're happy to get anything at all.
I guess that's true. Because that came out in, 2017, which was already a few years after Star Fox Zero. And so, people were just happy to see...
Zero was 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the last time there was, a real concerted effort for them to make, shows and stuff was early 2000s after Pokemon kind of showed that, there's lots of money to be made here by just doing a cartoon.
Yeah, there was the Kirby and F-Zero TV shows.
Yeah, and it's not Nintendo, but Sonic and Bomberman also had shows around that time.
Yeah, there were a few Mega Man shows around that time, too, weren't there? Yeah. There was, was it Battle Network TV show?
I believe it
Battle
was
Network. Yeah. Battle Network had a television show, yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Because did Star Force have?
No. Oh, specifically Mega Man? No, I think it was just Battle Network.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think of other gaming stuff that had shows. I can't remember if Monster Rancher was a game first or a show first.
I mean, this is a little bit later, and I don't know, again, if the games came first, but stuff like Bakugan and Beyblade ended up having TV shows that were successful enough.
Those were designed to be like Pokemon, but not
toyetic. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
merchandise-driven shows.
That's what I mean, though. I don't remember if the show concept came first or the game came first. So
well, I think it was just both at the same time because Pokemon.
Yeah, that's I would.
It's why everyone differentiates them from Yu-Gi-Oh, which had a manga first, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh functionally now is the same type of show as Pokemon, where they make new shows in order to talk about their new cards, and they make new cards to tie into the show and stuff like that. But it didn't start out that way. Whereas Pokemon, they started off with a game, realized they could make a show, and then did so and kept going after that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the show mostly came about for Pokemon because the Game Boy's graphics were so limited, people couldn't tell what they were.
I mean, if I were living in Japan in 1996, I wouldn't be able to tell what most of those Pokemon were either. I mean, have you seen the red and green sprites? Oof.
Fascinating.
Our Poltergust got upgraded, and I can't tell the difference because the model didn't change.
Suck.
What can it do now?
Suck.
Oh, super suction, okay.
Yes. You can only use, like, twice.
You can go back to one other floor and get something there.
Yeah.
You have to plug it into a special outlet to even use it. Yeah, sorry to say, Luigi, this is an American-designed vacuum cleaner, but we're in a European hotel.
It'll be about It'll be $50 for the adapter on Amazon.
Are they really $50?
It's mostly because everyone waits at the last minute to get one.
Yeah, do not buy adapters at an airport, because they will price gouge the hell out of you.
Oh, looks like you're desperate, huh?
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
That's why everything in the airport is super expensive. They know you don't have a choice.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Oh, God. It's like trying to buy snacks at the movie theater.
Trip to the gas station before you go.
You see,
although I will gladly... I don't know. I'm still trying to weigh the cost deficit of buying snacks in an airport mart compared to buying a drink at in a flight itself. I mean, it's all overpriced anyway.
Yeah, but you can have slightly overpriced or extremely overpriced. One is better than the other, even if neither are good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the stuff in the airport itself is probably cheaper than on the flight.
Especially if you're going for like the alcohol and stuff like that. You also have more options.
I can't drink. I can't imagine drinking alcohol on a flight.
Some people do.
You know, and I'm saying as someone that enjoys a good buzz, but I can't fathom the idea of getting drunk on a flight. I guess just to make the time pass.
I mean, I might get something or have something before the flight if I know I'm on a particularly long flight, and that will help me, like, sleep a little bit better.
I normally like to read when I'm on the plane, all things.
Yeah, so do I.
Because I can't play games when I'm flying for too long.
I get headaches.
Yeah.
I get bored, is the thing. I'm very picky with how I play games. I need to be comfortable and, and relaxed and in the right zone. Otherwise, I'll play for 10 minutes and die and then get bored and turn it off.
Flights and train rides are where I catch up on manga.
Oh, that's a decent
actually
idea.
Really relaxing.
Well, it's easier nowadays because places actually have manga apps now. So you have a lot more to read from than just whatever you can try to browse on the internet.
I really should switch to the manga apps, but I'm just too much of a stickler for actually getting the physical books.
Oh no, I get the physical books too, but just chapter by chapter stuff.
What's easier to access?
Well, for me, it's more the space, because my bookshelf literally has no space left on it because I buy so many goddamn volumes. Because I don't even really get any of the really large series. Like, I don't read, your Narutos or Bleaches or stuff. But, I still have, like 14, 15 volume series that are taking up so much space on the shelf.
Buy another shelf.
Shut up.
He's going to put it in his room.
John.
Sometimes the simplest solution is the right one.
Okay, this part was cool, I have to admit, where you open up the back hall and then the choir music that they're playing is being sung by the choir of ghosts. That actually got me to laugh when I got to this point in the game.
See, I thought the game was gonna have like the choir loose vocals as you're sucking up the ghosts, and the song just disappears after a while.
I mean, that'd be a nice attention to detail, but
that would also require like either a dynamic soundtrack or 20 different recordings of the same song with less people singing it.
And that's that. You do this like one or two more times in the game, and that's it. Kind of makes you wonder why they bothered putting this in at all.
Yeah, it doesn't seem something that has utility. It's just something that you do one time for an event,
Yep.
and that's it.
I mean, events like that are kind of necessary, especially in games like this. Just because it's nice to have a set piece that you remember.
Right.
It's just kind of
But
dampened by needing to do this whole big backtrack section in order to get it to work.
But at the same time, it's not so much of an upgrade, but rather just a cutscene.
I mean,
That's me trying to reset the TV so I can actually go through it, and it's kind of not working.
so to be fair, the vacuum does upgrade slightly when you get this. You can, I think, like reliably slam ghosts one or two more times now, which is nice. But I would have rather had like a new move or something added than this
Yeah.
really context sensitive cutscene kind of deal, which doesn't even really even get used all that much. There's never really a puzzle that you have to solve with it. It's just there to suck up a bunch of stuff all at once.
Hmm. I forgot something the first time.
Oh, you got yelled at so much in the comment section for
Well,
that.
it doesn't matter because I couldn't finish the gems in this floor until now anyway.
Oh my god, that would drive me nuts.
It drove me nuts.
Because if I'm playing this game, because I still have not played this game at the time.
This is the only time in the game it does that too. It's like,
Oh Christ, that would drive me insane. Because I know that I would be going after all the colored gems or whatever the floor offers, and if I'm missing one, I am scouring everywhere trying to find it. And if it's telling me you actually can't get it until later, and if it's the only time it does this in the game, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's also very obvious that there's something you need to do because on the stage there's like this differently
The socket
colored
thing.
indent on the floor where there's clearly something you can do, but you can't get it yet. It's frustrating.
yeah. Well, I'll see you all in the next part of Luigi's Mansion 3.